Hey, what's going on, everybody? Happy Monday. Welcome to another edition of Mean Streets here at FTN. If you're listening on iTunes and Spotify, always appreciate your guys' support. Smash the like button. You have any comments, any questions at all, you can leave them there. It's a big week in the NFL. A lot of NFL draft content here at FTN, but I wanted to share a couple of hockey picks here with you guys today. It's been a really fun start over at FTN when it comes to the NHL playoffs. A perk of 4-0 on sides. We hit a plus 750 same game parlay yesterday in our FTN Discord channel as well. Hop on over if you want to be part of the family. We'll be giving picks across all sports. You'll get some tools and projections as well. Check out ftnfantasy.com. So a ton of games tonight and the start of two series. We're going to start here with a prop that is a little bit jockey and not really breaking any news when it comes to this player. It's Connor McDavid for 2 points, but we're getting him at a pretty good price here at minus 110 at DraftKings. A friendly reminder, the prop shop, the parlay calculator, two tools that are free over to ftnfantasy.com. Links inside the description of this video to get the best possible number for you guys, save you a little bit of time and save you a little bit of cash. And that's what we're all about here at FTN. So for McDavid, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this. I just think it's a good price. Been hammering McDavid over the past, I don't know, couple months when I see around minus 110 for 2 points. I mean, you look at his last 16 games, in 12 of them, he's had 2+ points. He didn't have a point in his final regular season game. Didn't really matter. He hardly played. It was against Arizona. There was nothing to play for. Against the Kings this season in 4 games, 2 goals and 7 points. He had 5 points in the 2 home games against Los Angeles. This is key. I may not attack this number on the road, but having the last change in Edmonton, getting away from Philip Deneau. I know that Andrei Kopitar is a really good shutdown center as well, but Deneau is the shutdown center, arguably one of the better ones in the NHL. Shout out Adam Lowry as well, who had a big game against Nathan McKinnon and company in game 1 for the Jets, a team that we are certainly on at FTN. But this is a good spot for him to get away from Deneau. The 6 games last year in the playoff series, these two teams are playing each other for the 3rd straight season in the opening round. And Edmonton has really had their number. The Kings, that is. I could go 7. I expected to go 6. But in the 6-game series last year, 10 points for Connor McDavid. He had 4 multi-point games in that series. Shout out to Zach Hyman, by the way, who's minus 150 for a point at DraftKings. And I do like that number, even though it's a little bit juicy. Inside the same game, Adrienkempe over 2.5 shots, minus 130 over at DraftKings. This is a large sample size here, a track record of Kempe having some success against the Edmonton Oilers. His last 10 games against the Oilers, including last year's 6-game series, he has cleared 2.5 shots in every single game. He's averaging 5 shots per game over that span. All 4 games this year against the Edmonton Oilers, 4+ shots in all 4 games, 4.75, 4, 7, 4, and 4. In the playoffs last year, as I mentioned, 5.1 shots per game in the playoffs. Those 6 games went like this: 7, 4, 3, 5, 4, and 8. Of course, overtime is king. Shout out Bet365, which it won't matter if he has 8 shots in 2 overtime periods tonight. Say it went to double overtime, you're going to still, that's going to be a check for you. But just, it's important because FanDuel will only count the 3 periods. If it goes 5 overtimes and Kempe gets 15 shots, it's not going to count. It's going to count from before the overtime starts, should it go to overtime. So just keep an eye on the fine print, whatever book you play. But Bet365 right now is offering overtime as well included into the shots. But you can go back to 2021 when these two teams played in the playoffs as well. 3+ shots in all of those games. 3, 3, 9, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 4.7 shots per game. So this season in the 4 regular season games, 4+ in all of them, 4.75. Last year in the 6 playoff games against the Oilers, 5.1 shots per game. 3+ in all of them, 4+. Once 8, another one 7. And then 2 years ago in the playoffs, 3+ in all of them as well. One game with 9, and then the others 4, 5, and 6, 4.7 shots per game. So, which brings me to a little fun ladder over at Bet365. So we're taking Kempe for 3 shots at minus 130 over at DraftKings. Similar price over at Bet365. How about 4 shots plus 200 over at Bet365? 5 shots plus 425, 6 shots plus 800, 7 shots, 14-1. I treat it like this: 1 unit on the 3 shots, 0.75 units on the 4 shots, 0.5 units on the 5 shots at plus 425, 0.25 units on the 6 shots at 8-1, and then like 0.10, 0.15 units on the 7 shots at 14-1. Again, if this game goes we're not counting on it. I still like it for him to have 3 shots in 60 minutes tonight. But if this game were to go to double overtime, we may just get that 14-1 for Kempe, 7 shots. Good track record there. No, some things have changed with the LA Kings, but Kempe is still the shooter on the first power play, and he's still playing with the best playmaker on the team in Ajay Kopitar. Moving right along, I almost said Pavel Datsyuk. I wish he was still playing. Pavel Zacha, minus 130 for a point at DraftKings. This didn't work out for us in game one. I still thought he was all over the ice. He hit the post. He had 2 shots. He's coming off a season where he had a career high 59 points, thanks to 23 points in his final 20 regular season games. The Maple Leafs ranked 23rd in penalty kill in the regular season, and special teams, they were a huge difference in game one. The Leafs couldn't score on the power play. Boston was 2 for 5 on the power play. Zach had a career high 15 power play points this season. He continues to play with David Pastrnak at 5-5 and on the power play. And Pastrnak led this team, the Bruins, with points 110. In points, 110 of them, 43 more than the next closest Bruin. And Boston's won 8 straight against Toronto. So until we see the Leafs show some pushback or have a W here against this Boston team, I think we can continue to pick on Toronto. So Pavel Zacha for a point. I don't want to get discouraged with the no point in game one. The process has been pretty good for him. 23 points in his last 21 games now. The late game, there's a couple late games. Talked about the Oilers one. That's the first game of that series. And then also Vegas and Dallas going at it. A rematch of last year in the Western Conference Finals. I like Jonathan Marchessault. Marchessault was our guy last year throughout the playoffs. We had a 15-1 Conn Smythe Trophy ticket for him as well. In this series against Dallas last year in the Western Conference Finals, he had 3 goals and 7 points in 6 games. He had 2+ shots in all 6 games and 3+ in 4. Vegas looks like they're getting a little bit healthier, of course, but Marchessault's not going to lose his place next to Jack Eichel on the first line, 5-5, or on the power play, right? This is a guy that's going to get top power play time as well. I just think this is a really good price for Jonathan Marchessault at minus 125 at DraftKings for a point and minus 130 for 3 shots. I'd lean with the points over the shots if it was one or the other for you, but I think both of those are strong plays. Then on the way out, because we hit that plus 750 same game parlay last night between the Preds and the Canucks, we got it super late, needed a little bit of puck luck on our side, and we got it. This is what I'm thinking tonight. I just feel like this series is going to be high scoring. I really do. I mean, the Leafs are near the top in goals per game. They got Matthews. They got other guys that can score. Unsure about the status of Willie Nylander. But on the other side, it's just, you never know what you're going to get between the pipes for Toronto. Samsonov's probably going to get another go. If he struggles again, maybe they go to Joseph Woll. It's a possibility. But I'd say they still have Samsonov between the pipes tonight. Matthews, Marner, Tavares, Pastrnak, Marchand, Zacha, all points. All of those guys to hit the score sheet tonight at plus 650 over at Bet365. We got a whole lot more over at FTNFantasy.com. FTNFantasy.com/pricing. Jump in our Discord channel. We're talking plays, live plays, same game parlays, goal scorers, all that stuff over at FTN. Good luck on the ice tonight, and we will talk to you tomorrow. Cheers.